everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I wanted to do a weekly update video and show you what my garden is looking like this week as the week kind of winds down, and today is almost mid-May, so I just wanted to show you what the garden is looking like. We're supposed to be getting a lot of rain, so some of these tulips are not going to survive. Maybe they will, but I just wanted to show you specifically what plants are blooming and what the garden is doing. I may not go through each of the plant in detail, but I just wanted to walk around my garden and show you what it's looking like mid-May and what specifically the blooms that are happening right now. So here is a planter of tulips that I have, and it is pretty much fully in bloom, and it just looks so beautiful right now, and I am just in awe. Every time I look at it from my window, I see these beautiful I don't know, a beautiful pot of gold almost. So it's so beautiful. There's one of them that's different. It has a reddish tinge to it, and the rest are all pretty much the same. It was supposed to be some sort of a mix, but they're all primarily this orangey color, which I really love. And here is the Brunera, which is still blooming as well, and it's really pretty, the blooms. I love the colors on these, just looking stunning. The Mascari is almost going over. These blooms have lasted for a really long time. They've been blooming for the last 4 weeks or so. They are going over, so this might be the last of what we see. Here is one yellow tulip blooming right in front, and it's looking so pretty against the coral bells. And the coral bells here, sorry, the heuchras, these are I think the cherry truffles heuchera, and this is kind of also developing some spikes for the flowers. And my violas are still going, even though it's been a really hot last 2 weeks. The violas are still going. I was thinking that I would probably lose them, but they're still going. And these geums are still giving me lots of blooms. I have to come out here and deadhead these spent blooms, but regardless, they are producing a lot of buds, and they keep on blooming, so they are beautiful. And my Lithodora is also developing a bunch more blooms, as you can see. Lots of blue blooms on them. This is the gray sword Lithodora. This is doing really well as well. And overall, the garden is slowly starting to kind of come to life. I have this beautiful blanket flower here that is blooming. It's so pretty. And here is another view of the Lithodora, which is also blooming. And I just recently planted a couple of these Supertunia bubblegum vista, and one of these flowers bloomed today, so really excited to see how they perform in my garden. This is the first time I'm planting them, and I've heard rave reviews about these, so I'm going to test it out in my garden and see how I like them, and then next year I can plant more of these. And yeah, here is another bloom that is kind of peeking through. Isn't that pretty? That's gorgeous. And here is another one that's about to open. And then on this side, I do have some new tulips that opened. These are just stunning. I think they are Parrot Tulips that I had planted. These are the few of them that survived, which are stunning. I don't know if in the sun you can see the beauty of these. I mean, they have these beautiful ruffled edges, and the color is just stunning. I love how this looks in the garden. They just opened. Probably won't survive too long, but they are just simply stunning. Stunning. And yeah, I have one more tulip here that I wanted to show you. This is kind of going over as well. This is the one that comes back every year. So this tulip is my forever returning tulip. It comes back every year, and these daffodils here are so pretty. And these also return every year for me, and they are beautiful. I don't know the variety of these. They were planted a few years ago, and they come back faithfully every year. And what else is happening in this garden? The Cat's Pajamas Nepeta is blooming really nicely since I planted it here. It's kind of filling out and spreading, and the spikes look so glorious. I love the color of this Cat's Pajama. It's almost like a it's a bright kind of purple. It's not a dark deep purple, it's a bright purple, and it looks really pretty in the garden. So this is my coral charm peony. Has lots of ants on it. I don't know if you can see or tell. That's what the peonies do. They secrete this something from their buds, and the ants love it, so they go on it. And there is a myth that the ants help open the peonies, so if you see ants around your peonies, that's okay. They are just enjoying the sweet nectar that gets secreted, and it's a good sign. What else is happening here? So these Golden Springs alyssum here is blooming. So this is a alyssum that I recently planted here just along the edge, and it's a spring bloomer, and it's blooming right now, and I think it looks pretty at the edge and the border over here. So excited to have this plant over here. What else is happening? The hyacinths are going over. They are just about fading, and I'm going to have to let all of these bulbs just die back naturally, and it's going to look messy for a little while, but that's okay. I have a lot of cone flowers that are going to slowly take over. So this is a Parrot Tulip that bloomed. This is the sole survivor in this spot. A few of them made it and survived, which is nice to see. The colors are just stunning. I'm going to have to add some more of these in my garden. I'm in awe. This is a beautiful late blooming tulip. It's just gorgeous. Look at the colors on this. I just love it. And even the center is so pretty, super pretty. And I have another one that is going to open up right beside it. And I have the daffodils here that are going over, but there are still some blooms on them that are doing okay. And I have a Dianthus here. I think this is Paint the Town Magenta Dianthus. This is doing okay here. And I also planted another soup petunia bubblegum vista right in front over here, hoping that it's kind of going to spill over and just kind of create a bit of a mound here. This flower is blooming here. I think this is a thrift. Beautiful little magenta ball, beautiful flower. It looks very striking. The rock garden is doing good. It's kind of getting some blooms. There's another one over there that's blooming. It's exciting to see that. And yeah, the salvia here, this is the April night salvia. It's been blooming wonderfully here. And it's just stunning. I love the color of the spikes. Highly recommend this one. It's called April Night Salvia. I think there is also a May Night, but this is an earlier bloomer, and it's just a stunning purple color. My roses here have lots of buds, so I think in my next video I should be able to show you some that have opened. This is a alpine kind of scabiosa, which is really light pink, and it's been blooming for a while. Looks really pretty in the front over here. And yeah, so, and here is a little dandelion flower that is standing on its own. It's looking pretty, and I'm gonna leave it. So pretty. And what else is happening? So I still have violas blooming in the back over here. So you can see they are still blooming. The daffodils is still blooming as well. I do have a pansy that's also blooming, lots of buds, more buds on it, so it's going to bloom more. This is the pasque flower, which has kind of gone over a little bit. I do see some more new buds, so it should give me some more flowers in a bit. And then there is a whole bunch of more tulips that have opened up in the back over here. A lot of these tulips are returning from the past. Some of them are new that survived the squirrel attacks, but a lot of them, especially in the back over there, are from the past. The yellow ones have really multiplied in the back there. and they look stunning. I mean, I have nothing to complain. They just, you know, add a beautiful pop. Like, look at these colors here. These ones as well. They are looking so beautiful. I love all the yellow ones. Just adds such a bright color. I do have some Parrot Tulips here that have also opened. Just looking super stunning. Super stunning. And then I have this one here that is just about to go over, but isn't that just stunning? This is a huge beautiful tulip. And look at how many colors are on this. There's also a tinge of purple on it. It's beautiful. And then there is this one here as well, which is really beautiful. It's like this peachy color. Sorry, I do not know the varieties on this. They were just a mixed bag of tulips that I kind of you know, tried to put over here, but a lot of them got eaten by squirrels, but that's okay. I do have some surviving, and that just makes me happy to see some of them open and enjoying them. So this is the Bonfire Euphorbia, which is fully in bloom right now. Just looks so pretty. It looks like a ray of sunshine in the back over here, and amongst all these tulips, it just looks stunning. It just looks beautiful. So gorgeous. My crystal blue salvia here that I recently planted as well is blooming. Love the beautiful color on this. And my scent and sensational lilac is fully blooming as well, and it looks so beautiful. And it smells wonderful. Highly recommend this lilac. It's a compact lilac, and it's really beautiful. Beautiful. Some more tulips in the back here that are blooming and looking gorgeous. I mean, these colors, I mean, I didn't plan these colors in this way. They just, whatever survived, just looks so good together, almost like a painting. And that's what I love about tulips, is that they bring their charm. Like, they are just stunning, and they don't all have to be one color. They can be a mix, and they just still work with each other. And that is what I love about this whole scene, that it's so pretty just the way it is. And there's some allium there that is about to kind of bloom as well, as you can see. It's got a beautiful thing happening here. Isn't that gorgeous? My Japanese maple is slowly starting to leaf out and open. It's been a really hot for it, but I think it's trying to open. I mean, things are filling out. A lot more things will be blooming soon, but this is what's kind of blooming right now in my front garden, and I wanted to show you. And we'll walk over to the backyard and check it out and see what's kind of blooming there. Here's another visual of what it looks like. I forgot to mention the Louisia here has been blooming non-stop as well, and it is super stunning and vibrant. I'll go over to the other side and show you. This is the side of my driveway, the other side on my driveway, of my driveway. And the phlox here there is a little bit of phlox here. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but it's blooming wonderfully, as you can see. It's just a sea sea of phlox here, and it's just so beautiful. There's 3 colors in here. There is this beautiful bluish purple, and then there is a little pink one, and then there is this one with the stripes, pink and white stripes, like almost like candy. Just beautiful. I love how this looks. Lots of yarrow is kind of coming up, and that should bloom next, and this one will change over the next few weeks. Lots of yarrow. There's daisy in there as well, so this is looking really, really nice. Let's go over to my backyard next, and I'll show you what's happening there. To stop and show you what the purple Majesty geraniums are doing. They are really filling and looking so gorgeous. Lots of blooms, just stunning. I love these 2 colors together. Aren't they so gorgeous? They are stunning. Love, love, love these. Let's go over to my backyard. These are doing good too. I have violas in a container. I have the Spanish lavender, which is also doing well. My rose here is put on a lot of growth as well. Let's go over to the backyard. So this is my side garden that we are entering right now. Let's see what's happening here. So there are a few tulips here that, not a lot, but a few that survived. But regardless, they are pretty. This is a beautiful red one. Gorgeous. I also have this one, which is red and white stripes. Isn't that gorgeous? It has a little bit of yellow as well. It's just stunning. I love how this one looks. So gorgeous. This is another yellow one. Simple but so bright and gorgeous. And then there is a mix of them in the back over there. Gorgeous. And these daffodils have gone over, so they are on their way out. And this is a blue Ice Amsonia, which is budded up, and it should bloom soon. It's quite a bit shorter than I imagined it to be, but I think because it's a new plant, it just needs some time to develop. But regardless, it's very, very pretty. Yeah, let's walk over. Nothing is blooming here yet. I have a bleeding heart that just started to bloom. Isn't that beautiful over there? Just gorgeous. Look at that. It just started to bloom. That is so pretty. So yeah, I do have some blooms here. Alright, a lot of things are leafing out here, so not many blooms to report, but they are coming along, and I think by the time it's my next video, this Yuki cherry blossom deutzia should be blooming, so I will show you that. The trees have filled in, so this garden is now quite a bit shady. As you can see, the trees are fully leafed out, causing a lot of shade in this spot. But I must tell you, these narcissus, these daffodils, the Tahiti, they have been going strong for weeks now. And they still look like they will be around for another week. So they are still going really, really strong. Although there has been a lot of shade, they have been stunning. Maybe after the rain and thunderstorm today, they might just decide to go over, but they are just beautiful. They've been here, you know, holding on their strong stems for a while now, and they are doing really well. This is kind of going to be a lot more shaded now going forward, and lots of Brunera here is blooming, and it looks really, really pretty with the yellow of the daffodil. It's just a stunning combination. I just love how this looks. Lots and lots of blooms on these flowers, and lots of hostas are starting to emerge and come up with foliage. So the garden is looking really, really nice. I do have a bleeding heart here that is starting to also have little blooms on it. They are just stunning. beautiful. This is the golden variety of the bleeding heart, and it's a very stunning plant. It just adds this beautiful vibrancy in the shade garden with its yellow leaves. A lot of my dogwoods are starting to leaf the silver leaf, and I love how they actually look in the shade garden. They add so much like brightness. This variegation, this color combination adds a lot of lightness in the shade garden, which I really like. A lot of my shade garden is kind of waking up, coming to life. A lot of my new plants in here are doing well. The pulmonaria is still blooming, as you can see. It still has some blooms on it, so it's doing its thing. And a lot of the things are, although they're not blooming, they're greening, and that's the whole point of the shade garden, is that I love when there's this beautiful dense foliage, and that's the kind of look I was going for, and I think slowly it's getting there. It's been taking some time, but it's getting there. But what I wanted to show you is this beautiful Solomon seal that is blooming, and that is a very nice structural plant for your shade garden that I highly recommend that you add, because it's just a very beautiful, majestic architectural plant. When it looks like it's doing nothing, and then suddenly it grows and it becomes this structure in your garden. And I am telling you, it stays like this the whole summer. Once the blooms are gone, the leaves look fresh the whole summer. Like the blooms here, they haven't opened yet. I think by the time it's my next video, they will be open, but they are covered in blooms. I don't know in the sunshine if you can see, but they have a ton of blooms on them. Beautiful plant. Also, the lungwort is kind of pushing out its next set of blooms, so we'll see what that does. The tiarella here is also blooming. I want to show you what the blooms look like. It's just beautiful. It's like fireworks, this one. It's gorgeous. And then going over here, my rhododendron is, I think, going over now. It's probably its final week, and the petals are just disintegrating. So this is the last look at it before it's gone. But it was so beautiful while it was blooming. But the sweet almond shrub here has taken over, and it has opened its gorgeous blooms. Isn't that just beautiful? Like, I love the shrub. It's covered in blooms from the base of the stem all the way to the top. So it's just a very stunning plant. It blooms on old wood, so don't cut back the wood if you have this plant. I've had this plant since I bought this house. It was there, and I didn't do anything to it. Actually clipped it a few times and it did nothing. It looked like green foliage till I realized one year when I didn't clip it that it bloomed, that it did bloom on old wood. But it is a beautiful plant. It's got these beautiful, gorgeous pink blooms, and it's gorgeous in the spring when it blooms, and after that it's just a nice green backdrop to the rest of your plants. Just gorgeous. I love how that looks. Other than that, a lot of things are just starting to come up, green up. The hostas here are starting to emerge. These are very old hostas that I've had, and they will get big and fill up that space, and it's going to look stunning. I don't have a whole lot over here in terms of things that have come up. Lots of the allium there got trampled by Ollie. He was running to catch something behind the shed, and lo and behold, he's broken one of the giant alliums, but that's okay. I have two more in the back to enjoy. I was a little disappointed, but I could not stay disappointed, because it's what happens when you have a dog, and that's okay. These are the peach blossoms. Wanted to show you. Aren't they gorgeous? I mean, this tree is just gorgeous. Look at the peach blossoms. They're a very stunning blossom. This is actually a Reliance tree, peach tree blossom, if you're looking for the variety name that I have here. It's just stunning. Gorgeous. I don't know if in the sunshine you can see the colorfully, but they are gorgeous. All right. Oh, I actually wanted to show you a Sancheri shrub that I have in the front that's also blooming. I'll show you at the end of the video. I forgot to show that to you when I was walking in, but it's beautiful. It's just a stunning, stunning bloom. And this is the other one that I have here, which is new. It's also blooming, but the one in the front is older and it is blooming. It's covered in blooms. So I wanted to show you that, what that looks like. All right. I don't have a whole lot here. Like I said, I have 2 tulips that are blooming there that survived the squirrels. But I swear I had put a lot of tulips over here and none of them made it. The squirrels got to all of them. But I will thoroughly enjoy these 2 that are blooming. They are beautiful. And what I'm going to do is once the ones in the pot go over, I'm going to bring them here and plant them, and hoping that they come back next year. So here is the other bed. The forsythia is kind of done blooming. Things are starting to get ready here. The peonies are budded up. Lots of ants on it again, and these should bloom in the next few weeks. The giant alliums, I mean, the leaves are looking pretty ratty, but I'm just here for these big blooms. They're gonna be so stunning when they open. It's just gorgeous. And yeah, there's a lot of plants beneath it, so once they take over and leaf out, you're not even gonna see the leaves, so I'm not super worried about it. These roses are doing okay. They are coming back slowly. There was very, very hard winter and things died back to the ground. A lot of things died back to the ground, so they are making their way up now, so we'll see how that does. And things here are slowly coming back to life as well. Lots of hydrangeas here, lots of growth at the bottom, and I think the stems are slowly starting to green. I am not touching these Macrophylla Hydrangeas till I think end of May to see what's greening and what's dead, and then I will come in here and prune what's dead. But I don't want to touch them right now because they could not be dead and they would be, you know, greening. As you can see, there is like green developing at the tips, so they bloom on both old and new wood, so it's best to just leave them and see what they do. Nothing else that's blooming in this garden here. I mean, the alliums there are starting to pink a bit, so they will be blooming soon. As you can see, there's a bunch of them over there and over there, but the pulmonaria in this bed is fully blooming, which is looking really, really stunning. Look at the colors on this, just gorgeous. This is still blooming. And other than that, not a whole lot is blooming in this garden right now. This is the Baptisia blueberry Sundae. It's just starting to come up and it looks really, really short right now, so I think it's just going to stay short this year, which is fine. It just was really late to get started. Here's another look at the allium that is about to open. Just gorgeous. Oh, I wanted to show you, this is my lemony lace elderberry, and it has these beautiful white blooms. Isn't that beautiful? It's kind of leafed out a lot, and it has these beautiful white blooms, which are really pretty. And then this here is mostly green. No blooms yet to report, but I think they will be coming soon. I do have some forget-me-not blooms in here that just decided to, I don't know, travel here from somewhere. There's one more over there in the back, but mostly it's shrubs here and perennials, and soon they will start to bloom. I do have some bachelor buttons and I have some other plants in here that will start blooming, but right now there is nothing blooming. I do have to add some bulbs in here this autumn, and I will add some more daffodils in this part because I really enjoyed the daffodils show this year. I kind of tested it out with this side of the garden and I wanted to see how it felt, and I think I will continue adding a lot more daffodils in the shade borders just because they're easier with the squirrels, and then I will try to sneak in some tulips within the daffodils so that they can get disguised. So that's the plan. Hopefully it will work with the squirrels, but for now that's what we have for this season, and it's beautiful. Just love how everything looks, how everything's coming together, how the garden is feeling now with the trees shaded. And yeah, things are looking really, really good. I just wanted to spend this time, and I hope to do a weekly tour like this on an ongoing basis as the season progresses, so that I can show you updates on the garden and what it's doing, and in throughout the season, as the season builds, what it looks like. There's a ton of weeding that I still have to do that I haven't done yet, but I'm gonna get to it. I just have some company right now, so I've been a little bit preoccupied and busy, so I haven't had a chance to work too much in the garden over the last week or two, but lots of weeds have taken over. I do have a lot of poppies that I just threw that are just kind of sprouting and doing their thing. I'm gonna have to thin them out and do something about it, because it's a lot of them that germinated. But part of me also wants to see them bloom before I thin them out, so I want to see what that looks like. So we'll see. I'm not in a rush to thin those out, but other than that, the garden is coming along. So I just wanted to take you and show you. If you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing. And here is that other Sancheri shrub that I was telling you about. Isn't that stunning?